We talk about all the good stuff and the fantastic, you know, education guidance that you're giving your children at the moment. And like what you said, Bernadette, you know, you got all these the sex issue, the cyberbullying stuff. Have you ever talked to your kids about those? And if so, you know, what sort of precaution do you any using like internet security to face off certain words, or do you actually talk to your kids or monitor them, or is there any way you'll prevent all these cyberbullying issues or the unsavory images that comes up through through social media?
There are actually, I haven't actually gone in depth into all this, safety net. You know, there are quite a number of websites actually that you can actually go into. There's a Net Aware and there's a Net Family that you can actually go into and find out all the different stops and barriers that you can have put in your computer.
That's right, yes.
To not have pop up. We've got quite a few security things installed in the computer, you know, but how far is enough? You know, you can never tell how, you know, how good is it, how far, you know, you take that to what level, at what level, you know. I think we have got stops, you know, and, you know, those horrible pop-ups come up and everything else. We have all that.
Yes.
Obviously, you know, there are so many websites now and systems whereby you can actually buy, purchase and install into your computer, but it's never ending.
That's right. That's right. Because you know, like social media just popping up, and a lot of things are just popping up as we're talking.
As we're talking. As we're talking. It's just so much and so vast. You know, I think as a parent, you monitor what you can. You know, and hopefully with your constant guidance and your constant, you know, communication with your son or your daughter, I think at some level you've got to actually give them that sort of, you know, benefit of the doubt as well, that they have enough, you know, thought put into, you know, themselves in your upbringing as well, that they have got that value and the common sense not to do silly things, you know. I think you have to give it to them to a certain extent as well, and not say you can't do this, you can't do that, you know. And I think in growing up, you know, I mean, we grew up, you know, obviously in a totally different era, right? We were subjected to certain pornography. We were subjected to certain, you know, sexual, you know, connotations, you know. But it's just in a different light.
That's right.
You know, and I think we also have to allow them to grow up.
That's right.
You know, so there shouldn't be so many stops that they become like a little square. You know, that I want them to have that exposure as well. So, is it enough security put on our computer? Is there enough measure, you know, and monitoring on them? I will never know, because until my son grows up and be the man that we want him to be, I will never know whether, you know, that's enough parenting, that's enough talking, that's enough communication. But at the moment, I think as parents, I think we try and do what we can.
That's right. Yes.
And at the same time, not forget that they need to grow up themselves as well, and not be too stringent with our rules and regulations as well, because they need to grow up.
Yeah.
You know.
What about you, Bernadette? Would you like to share?
Yeah, as for me, I just feel that, you know, all these software that are supposed to, you know, monitor them, we might not even be able to, you know, to understand and, you know what is the best, you know, because there's so many of them around, and we are just being overwhelmed with all these, you know, options that, you know, we don't even know what is good, you know, for us. And moreover, I just feel that our kids are too advanced, and they will be able to, you know, override some of them. And to me, I feel that the most important thing is how we bring up our children, and the moral values that, you know, we instill in them from, you know, from young. And you know, if you teach them respect, you know, and trust, and, you know, empathy, you know, and I believe that, you know, these are the values that will shape them to be who they are, and, you know, how, you know, they will respond to, you know, all these, you know, unpleasant, the influence, is really like, is really something that we have to, trust our children to be able to cope, with, whatever they have been, trained, from young.
Yeah. I think this is a very good information to all parents, like start your children young. It doesn't matter how old they are. The main thing is the family values, what you impose on your children, and communication, and most importantly, I think it's the trust that you place on them. From what we gathered today, I think that's the best we can do, because you just, like what you said, it just there's no ending.
Yes.
So from the communication, trust, I'm sure like Ian now is year 9. I think he's going to be alright, because he's at that age where, I think he won't push the boundary too much now. I think that the kids that try to push the boundary is always the 12, 13 years old, because they're starting to learn.
Right.
And those are the interesting age, because they are still exploring what's up. But I think year 9, year 10, year 11, I think they come to a stage where they have seen enough and they really know where they stand. So I think it all concludes that, don't stop your kids. Because you can't stop them. It's in the workforce in the future, they need to be technologically savvy.
Yes, true.
So trust them, guide them, no matter what, make time for them. It just no excuse. I don't think there's any more excuse for parents to say, don't do it. The more you say don't do, the more they want to do it, and then it just creates a lot more friction.
Yes, absolutely.
So just go with the flow, make some time to learn the program, like what you say, just learn it, set up a Facebook program, an account, and just do it by yourself, or understand what MSSing is. I mean, I can't even pronounce it sometimes. Understand what blogging is. Set up an account. It's really easy to set up a blogging now. Twitter, I mean, Twitter is there, but I don't think it's as popular. But I think Facebook is the in thing at the moment. So to all the parents out there, just set up an account, go find out what it is. It's also a good communication tools among friends and